to my rosary. Are there any recovering Catholics in the room? Do I look Catholic? I'm not really sure what a Catholic is supposed to look like, but I'm not Catholic. I was raised Southern Methodist with a little bit of primitive Baptist foot washing thrown in for good measure. At this point, I'm not even religious. Spiritual, but not religious. You know that category you can check on the dating sites when you sign up? Spiritual, but not religious. That's me. Seth, why am I wearing a rosary if I'm not Catholic? Well, I thought you'd never ask. Come back with me to 1994. I'm 42 years old, married for just a year and a half. My wife, Jan, and I have taken that dream/nightmare trip across the country looking for geography that will resolve our emerging differences. You know those same differences that led to our divorce a dozen or so years later? But I digress. We started our trip on the North Carolina coast, driven our camper van, meandering across the country. And we had wound up on the Oregon coast, in Seaside. We'd parked our van and ridden our bicycles 6 days south along the coastline through log trucks and fog, and ended up in Port Orford, almost to the California coast. We plopped down in a hotel room, slept the sleep of the dead. The next morning, leaving Jan for another day of rest, I began the 266-mile hitchhike back to Seaside to pick up the van so I can turn around and drive the 6 hours back to pick up Jan. Have you done any hitchhiking?
Yes.
If you do, you know, or if you have, you know it can be dicey out there. Grab my day pack, step out onto Highway 101, the Pacific Coast Highway, and hang out my phone. My first ride comes within minutes. It's a truckload of migrant workers that take me just a few miles up the PCH and drop me out right at mile marker 67. As I step out of the back of the truck at the mile marker post, a glint in the morning sun draws my attention to this rosary. Is it here to protect me on my journey? Should I leave it for the next wayward traveler? Is it a sign? Just give me some kind of sign, Lord. But I'm not Catholic. Not even religious. Spiritual, but not religious. Maybe a little neurotic. Still not Catholic. Should I pick it up or leave it? Well, you look like smart people. You can probably figure out what I did. My next ride comes almost as quickly as the first. A blue and white and rust Ford pickup truck driven by a stringy-haired 30-something-year-old fellow. Where are you headed? Seaside. Well, I'm only going an hour or so up the road, but you're welcome to ride along that far. Every little bit helps. Carl is his name. Stories kind of roll off Carl's lips as fast as the truck's rolling up Highway 101. But Carl seems to use the steering wheel and the accelerator pedal to accentuate these stories. The faster he drives. The faster he drives, the wider he swings from lane to lane. I have my rosary. It becomes obvious that I hitched a ride with a manic-depressive Scientologist. Heaving on a manic phase. The hour it takes to get to Carl's turnoff comes. But Carl decided that he likes me, and he'll take me a little further up the road. But he has to first turn off and tell his mom, with whom he lives, that he'll be a little later getting back home. That's okay, Carl. I'll just step out here and catch another ride, okay? No, it's not a problem. It'll only take a couple of minutes, and we'll be right back on the road. As we turn off into the woods of the Central Oregon coast, I'm reminded of my old friend Chip from Charlotte. Hope was his name, Chip Hope. Chip had been abducted by a religious cult in Dallas a bunch of years back. All of his possessions taken from him as he was indoctrinated. But one night he manages to slip out of a window and make his way to the airport with a little change in his pocket, nothing but dirty white socks on his feet. He arranges the ticket back home, but learns the airlines won't let him fly without shoes. Ever clever, ever full of hope, Chip buys a magic marker with his last few pennies and paints shoes on his dirty white socks. He made it on the plane and back to Charlotte. There is always hope. Especially if there's a magic marker at your feet or a rosary around your neck. The yard we roll up into reminds me now of my big redneck wedding. Toilet seats and refrigerators and car parts strewn about. This toothless mother with bedroom slippers steps out of a single-wide trailer drawn on a Marlboro, and these dark, passive-aggressive darts start flying back and forth between the two of them, and that fails to comfort me. The exchange goes quickly, and we're rolling back down the hill to PCH, and Carl decides that he'll drive a little faster and swerve a little wider. He's been agitated by his mother.
Oh.
What were those words I've heard those people muttering on television in the movies when they're fingering their rosary? Mother, hail, mother. I don't know, God, just get me back to my Carl decides he really likes me a lot, and he enjoys talking to me, and he'll take me all the way to Seaside to get my van. Hail Mary, Mother of God. Today, Google Maps says it takes 5 hours and 53 minutes to drive from Port Orford to Seaside. We made it in just over 4 hours. God, I know you're up there, and I still have my rosary. Chip, if you're still out there, you still give me hope. And for you, watch where that next step lands. There just might be magic at mile marker 67.